am a noted education activist fighting for oversight in classrooms of lessons that are teaching opinion and not fact about Jewish history and American Jewish relations and Israel. I also am a leader in fighting corruption and discrimination in the hiring and firing practices of Jews in the New York City school system.
Where does this all come from? What motivates you? Some would say, you're in America, everything's calm, pleasant. Why do you need this?
Why? Because you'd be surprised, right here, not too far within driving distance, there are schools where principals are firing teachers, and it is documented that they're being called bad Jews. They are being called Jews that are influencing little minority students. There are Jewish Orthodox teachers that are being harassed if they want to take off Jewish holidays. There are lessons that are being taught about the Holocaust, that it did not exist, and there are textbooks that are eliminating the state of Israel, calling it Palestine, right here in New York.
Where is this all coming from? Is this like good old or bad old classic anti-Semitism?
Yesterday, our country saw National Walkout Day. It was organized by the same leaders that are anti our president, that fight our Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, and many of them support BDS. They support activists like Linda Sarsour, Louis Farrakhan, who comes out with very anti-Semitic remarks. And it is that trail that leads to people actually believing the little the little fake news main media that exposes little bits of it that make people dislike Jews.
As an activist, how do you relate to the claims according to which it was the Trump campaign, the Trump administration, that actually brought a rise in anti-Semitism?
Well, I was somebody who was very active in the presidential candidates' campaigns in 2016. When I went to Cleveland for the Republican convention, I was singled out to be interviewed by many of the Jewish papers and radio, trying to explain that Trump was not anti-Semitic. One of the reasons I knew that was because I know David Friedman, the ambassador, for over 50 years. And I know that the relationship they had, and I could totally trust David on that topic. Additionally, anybody who has a son-in-law that's Jewish and who talks about his Jewish grandchildren could not be anti-Semitic. And knowing what the other side was offering, I knew this was wrong. This was also an attack on everybody on the right, from Ted Cruz to Rand Paul, to anybody and everybody, for the most part, that we offer on a Republican conservative ticket has a proven voting record and track record of relationships with active Christian and Jewish Zionists. Anybody who wants to know can just Google it or find out the information or contact organizations like the National Council of Young Israel, where they will get the facts, not opinions.
What could you tell us about the situation? Is it becoming worse, anti-Semitism?
Yes, it is absolutely getting worse, because the mainstream media will not document and tell the truth, and because the money from people like George Soros that fund the teachers' unions have a better ability to get a message out. Also, we have a problem within our own Jewish community. Our Jewish community does not help each other. Any other minority group never talks badly about each other to the extent the Jews do. When they see somebody like a Randy Weingarten, Jewish, heading a union and yet standing with Black Lives Matter, they think it's okay. It's not okay. We have documentation, legal documentation of federal and state laws being broken daily in New York about what is going on in our classrooms that is being okayed by teachers' unions.